Okay. Hey, open the. Two things. The first thing is about COVID. You know, every day you are taking pledge. The pledge is what we are all supposed to do. It's about wearing mask, maintaining social distance, and washing your hands. Now when you come to school, morning, you are expected to maintain social distance. Don't go and fall on the other fellow. However good intention you have, you do not know what is there in you. You do not know. And therefore, don't go and breathe on the other fellow. In the beginning, when God made human being, He made the shape with the form of man with the mud. And Bible says He breathed on them. He breathed on the form that He has made, and that form became lively human being. You are not God. When you breathe, the other one is at danger. Therefore, we should not allow anybody to come close to us and breathe on us, at least for some more time. And out of charity, we should not go to anybody and breathe on them. The best love that we can show is maintain distance and talk. I don't think you are showing any kind of love or affection to your friend by going close, holding hand, holding the shoulder, and breathing so close. We don't know for time being what kind of breath you have. So your breath is risky. So don't go close. This morning also I have seen people going close and talking. Then secondly, Monday onwards you have tests. We have been telling from the beginning, as soon as the physical classes begin, after the first week, we will have the test. It is already 2 weeks since you have come for the classes, and so it is time that you take a test. For this test, the portions for English, Act 3. All the scenes. How many scenes are there? 5. So 5 scenes. And you go through all the act. I will give you only the reference to the context. I will give you 3 references. You have to write 2. Okay? You have 1 hour. How many can you write? 1 hour is the test. I'll give you 4. You can write 3. Because I have to set paper for either for 50 marks or 25 marks. So I will give you 4. You write 3. In each there will be, as you know, either 5 or 4 questions, depending on the marks. Okay? So prepare. I will forward to you soon after this period. I will forward the notes for Act 3. Doesn't mean that I will ask only those. These answers are fitting to your workbook. I want you also to write those answers in the workbook. Take a printout And can you all take printout? Huh? If I take, I will charge you. What do you want? How much is the Xerox one page? 1 rupee. So I will get them done. Will you pay? Because if I send on the WhatsApp, if you don't have the printer, you cannot download. Then each time you have to open the page and write. What do you want to do? You'll pay. How many want to pay? Page 1 rupee. What about others? Put down. What about others? You have printers. Okay. So those of you who want print out from the school, you give me your name and total. How many pages? But I must also get money. Now we can't do any charity. After the period, you let me know. But all the same, I will forward all the answers for you. Do you all have Morning Star book? Is your workbook Morning Star? Okay. For timing, I will take from here the passages. The annotations I will take from here. So, the court scene is going on, and in the court scene, after conveying the sympathies to Shylock, to Antonio, the Duke calls in Shylock, and Shylock is not willing to change anything. He is not going to budge for the request made by Duke. So he remains to be a heartless person who is bent, who is determined to take revenge. Not just the justice, but revenge. That revenge is only an intention, it is not seen. The intentions cannot be seen. What you intend, what you purpose are behind your action. So we see only the actions. Antonio makes a request, then he doesn't budge. People make a request, he doesn't budge. Now Bassanio gets into argument with Shylock, and then Antonio interferes, and he says, you must know with whom you are talking. You are talking to a Jew. You can go and ask on the beach, you can go and ask the tide to lower its height. It might do. It is an impossible task. It might do, but not this Jew. Therefore, you must know to whom you are putting your question. So that's where we stopped. Line 75. You may as well use the question with the wolf. You go to wolf. Its natural behavior is to eat, to hunt and catch the prey and eat. So you go to a wolf that caught lamb, and then that made the kid Eve to fry. So there is no use of asking why wolf makes Eve to fry. But you go and ask, perhaps the wolf will change its natural behavior, which is not possible. Listen up. It might do that. It might change its mind, but not this Jew. Therefore, don't waste your questions. You must know with whom you are talking. So next, you may as well forbid the mountain pines. You may as well forbid, stop. The mountain pines. What are the pines? Pine trees. You know how tall they grow? Around 100 feet, 90 feet tall, they grow with a huge trunk. Sometimes the trunk is so big, people can pass through the gaps that are there in the trunk. Sometimes there are hollows or what are they called? Cavities. You can pass through them. Such big trees. Now, you may as well forbid the mountain pines to wag their high tops, to wag, wagging tail. Dog wags its tail. What's wagging? Moving this side, that side, isn't it? Shaking or chasing. So, to wag their high tops and to make no noise. You can go and tell the mountain pines, please stop shaking your tops. It has got only top. There are no other branches. The wood is very, very big wood, logs, huge trunks. So you may as well forbid the mountain pines to wag their high tops and to make no noise when it waves in the wind. Naturally it makes sound. So you can tell the mountain pines not to wag and make noise. When they are threatened with the gusts of heaven, when they are threatened, when they are hit with the gusts, forces of heaven, breeze, wind, when these high tops of mountain pines are hit with breeze or gales, heavy winds, they will move this side, that side, and they make noise. So you can go to them and tell not to shake and not to make noise. They might listen. You may as well do anything most hard, difficult. You may do likewise many difficult things, many impossible things, as seek to soften that than what's harder. So you may do like that impossible things and soften. Soften means make soft. Make soft the people's hearts, make soft the wolf heart, make soft the pine tree's heart, or the tide's heart. You can make soft, but soft means tender, complying with your request, but not with this. What's harder? Among them, what is harder? Jew's heart is harder. His Jewish heart is very, very hard. You can't soften that thing. You can't make it supple. You can't make it yielding, gentle. So his Jewish heart. Therefore, I do beseech you, request you. Therefore, I request you, Bassanio. Who is you? Bassanio. So, I do beseech you, Bassanio, make no more offers. What are the offers? He said, there is money here. You take. He offered money. Make no offers. Use no further means. Don't take any other alternatives. Don't take any other steps to soften his heart. But with all grief and plain conveniency, let me have judgment. Let me simply have my judgment. And the Jew is will. And the Jew, let him have the implementation of his will. Bassanio, For thy 3,000 ducats, here is 6. Now he is offering money. So you only deserve 3,000 ducats. Now for that you have here 6,000. You take. Though Antonio said, make no more offers, Bassanio is not yielding because he wants to save his friend at any cost. So he is offering 6,000 ducats. If every ducat is 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts, and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. If every ducat is made into 6 parts, and every part is a ducat, that means even if it is 36,000 ducats, I don't want. I will not draw, I won't take them. I would have my bond. I want only the bond, nothing else. Duke, how shalt thou hope for mercy, rendering none? Shylock, how do you hope for mercy? People who show mercy will be given mercy. That is the Old Testament saying, the sacred books saying, if you show mercy, God will show you mercy. It does not mean that God is only conditional, He is behaving only as per your behavior. In that case, we don't deserve anything. So now, God always more merciful than our mercy. But here, the Duke is saying, how shalt thou, how will you hope for mercy, rendering none, not doing any mercy, not being merciful, how will you praise? You want me to shoot on that? You're all sitting at home all these months and you didn't see how this fellow is sitting. You all forgot about civility. What is civility? How you have to behave in society. So if you are not showing mercy, Shylock, how can you expect mercy? What judgment shall I dread, doing no wrong? So the Duke is referring to last judgment. The Jews believe at their death there will be judgment. It is more conspicuous or more clear belief for the Christians. Jews do not actually speak about any judgment after death. Maybe later on they have in their religion. But among the Christians, there are 4 last things. 4 last things: your death, judgment, heaven, or hell. 4 last things are there. As soon as we die, we will be judged. And at that judgment, if you are merciful, God will show you mercy. That is the reference. Now, Shylock understood that. So he is telling, what judgment shall I dread, doing no wrong? What wrong did I do to be dread, afraid? Why should I be afraid? I have done no wrong. I have done no wrong. Therefore, why should I be afraid? You have among you many a purchased slave. You have among you people gathered here, you have many a purchased slave. You have many slaves. What kind of slaves? They are purchased. You know, in European countries, they had the slave trade. They would go to the coasts of Africa and then catch people, like you fish, you throw a net and catch fish in the sea. These people, Europeans, were going to Africa and they were catching people in the nets, load them onto the boats and tie them in the boat underneath and bring them to Europe and sell them as cattle, as sheep and buffaloes. I have been to one beach city in Florida, and there it's called St. Augustine city. There I have seen a marketplace. The main market, there is a big hall like this, but no roof. There were poles like this, and for every pole there is some side, on the, I think for the people to tie up, there were some flags, something to tie to. So these people's hands were tied onto the top and feet were tied to the pole, and they are exhibited in the marketplace, and anybody can come and buy. That kind of slave trade was prevalent only in England. And Shakespeare is mentioning, Shakespeare was in 15th, 16th century, and even that time there was slave trade. Huh? No. No. Now slave trade is abolished. It's not there. Not now, already 100 years back. Anyway, you have among you many a purchased slave. Many of you have got slaves who are bought, which, like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in object and in slavish parts, because you bought them. Because you bought these slaves, like the asses, donkeys, and dogs, and mules. What is a mule? Mules, male horses or male donkeys. So they are all animals. You buy them and use them as you like. You use in object in very degrading manner, in very mean manner. You humiliate the slaves by using them for demeaning purposes. And in slavish parts for slavery tasks. Parts means here, areas means tasks. Why do you use them? Because you bought them. Because you purchased, you have a right to use your slaves like you use your animals. Shall I say to you, shall I say a word? Let them be free. You just free them. Free all the slaves that you have purchased in the market. You just free them. Let them be free. Marry them to your daughters. Shall I say that to you? That you just leave them free. Or worse, you get them married to your daughters. Marry to your maids. Why sweat they under burdens? Why should they be troubled? Why should they work hard? You just relieve them, let them be free, and let them marry and settle down with your families. You can save a lot of trouble for them. Let their beds be made as soft as yours. You can also make their beds soft and tender, cozy and comfortable, just as you use your beds. And let their palates, your taste faculties, your palates, be seasoned with such wines, items, tasty things, tasty commodities. That means feed them with the good food, Give them not only good bed, but also give them good food. Let their lives be comfortable. You will answer, the slaves are ours. You will not be ready to accept my proposal. You want to keep them only as slaves because you purchased them. You say they are your own property. They are ours. So do I answer you. In the same way, I also answer you, tell you. The pound of flesh which I demand of him, he is dearly bought. Just as you cannot give up the slaves whom you have purchased, I cannot give up the pound of flesh which I have purchased, which I dearly bought. Dearly here, costly. Dearly means not dear friend. Dear friend means my friend who is full of affection, full of love. That's the meaning of when you say dear friend. But not that way. Here, dear means costly. I bought with much cost. It's dearly bought. It's mine, and I will have it. It's mine, and therefore I will have that pound of flesh. I will have it. If you deny me, spy upon your law. If you deny me that pound of flesh which I bought dearly, then let your justice system go to hell. Then let your justice system be ashamed. Spy upon your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. There is no force in the decrees, in the laws, in the rule, in the constitution of Venice. There is no force, there is no power. I stand for justice. There is no force in the decrees of Venice to deny me that pound of flesh which I bought very with lot of plenty of money, as much as 3,000 ducats. No force, no power, no law can stop me, forbid me from having the pound of flesh. I stand for judgment. I want judgment. Answer, shall I have it? Can I have that judgment? So he is very, very daring. He is speaking to the Duke. Duke, upon my power, I may dismiss this court. With the power that I have in Venice, I can dismiss this court. Unless Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today. I cannot answer these questions, and therefore I want to postpone, dismiss the court, close the schedule for today, unless Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this. So he has already sought the legal expertise. He has already consulted the experts on law on this matter. Now he has consulted Bellario, a doctor of law, and so he says, unless he is there today here, I cannot run the court. So if he is not there, I will call the court to order. Very long one, we'll see. So remember Monday, when is did you get the timetable? Huh? So Monday I think is English. When is English? When is English? Thursday. Okay. But you will have classes. After the first hour you will have the test, followed by classes.